Hello everybody, welcome to Xianxia DnD. I am Casey, and I am your Dungeon Master for today, and for just about every day except on the rest of the days where I don't get to be the Dungeon Master. So with me today are the usual players. This is our something of a season climax and probably a season finale coming up. Not to worry. We're just using the season as a marker for plot rather than to indicate a long break or anything along those lines. Just to also, if you haven't already done so, catch our video on demand for us playtesting an indie game called Palanquin, which was run by our dear Shao, who is playing Cang Tian. And for those of you who are new to the channel, like and subscribe, follow and subscribe, smash that button. And with that, let me just go and let our players introduce themselves.
Okay, I guess I'm starting. Hi everyone, my name is Richard. I am playing Song Yifan, and he is level 4 Elven Bladesinger, member of the second generation Wudang clan. He has recently discovered a new internal chi called Wu Yi. I keep getting it wrong.
太乙五行拳.
Yeah, 太乙五行拳. Yes, right. Sorry. Anyway, he met the rest of the party members in while adventuring at different points in time, and he is currently waiting for the talks later. Okay, over to Nic.
Hi, I'm Nic, and I'm playing Amu. It's a wandering paladin kind of character. He's trying to inquire more about his past. He's uncovering more every session, more or less. He met up with the rest of the party when he was escaping Imperial forces that were hunting him for some reason, and now he's here. Doing capo things, doing busybody things that he should not actually be involved in. On to Renzus.
Hi, I'm Renzus, and I'm playing Wudang, a former bandit on the path to redemption. There we go. Next up.
Okay, so next me is Shao. Hello, I'm playing Chang Tian, the monk, who is currently involved in investigations of politics and supernatural warfare. It seems Chang Tian, unknown to many people, his name actually is not Chang Tian. I mean, that's his name he goes by when he's in the lands of China. His real name is actually Azad, where he comes from. So he only had the chance to use it last week because he was speaking with other people who were from Central Asia and beyond. So Azad / Shang Tian is investigating a lot of matters, not just on the benefit of mortal authorities, but also of supernatural ones. It's sort of like watching the heavens and the earths because something big is going to happen. And since today is the moving into a climax of our so-called where this season is heading up, hopefully there'll be something for everyone to be excited about. Okay, back to you, Casey.
All right, so just a quick recap of where we are in this particular campaign. The group had brokered a negotiation with a group of marauding spider spirits that have been rampaging through the sewers of Xianxia, an important border city just north and the last bastion of defense against the northern invaders in the Southern Song dynasty. The group has spent 3 days gathering information about the spider spirits and the situation that they are in, and in certain cases the situation that they are not in but are looking to capo and find themselves in anyway. And with that, the game is starting on the end of the third day of their downtime, so to speak, where the group had discovered many secrets. But there is still one thing that I believe that Cang Tian has not yet done, and we will go into that particular scene. Cang Tian, you wish to speak to your host of the negotiation, Mu Guiying, about certain things. So, rather than let me just kill off all the unnecessary people over here. There are so many unnecessary things to kill. So many. Ha 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 ha. Die. Okay.
Yeah.
Die.
But why playing Overwatch suddenly? So die.
Okay. So what you find yourself down at a palanquin? No.
Of course, a pavilion, is it?
A pavilion where Wu Guiying appears to be analyzing a chess formation. It is late in the afternoon. The sun is, even if it's not exactly about to set, but it's already hanging red in the sky, and there are some refreshments on the table. A few sweet and savory buns, along with a pot of tea.
Okay. And so I will approach Lady Mu in as I said, from far away as I approach, I kind of make a gesture to wave at her and to see whether she notices me.
One of the cats.
Announce quietly.
She doesn't even raise her head, and she's come, watcher of the skies, come and take a seat.
Okay, I come forward and then I kind of take a seat and I say, thank you for your time. Could I have a little bit of do I trouble you for a brief conversation?
Not a trouble at all. I'm just merely looking at the mess that your friend Amu has left behind on the chessboard.
Is it a good kind of mess, a bad kind of mess, or just a mess?
Sometimes a mess is just a mess. I don't think I appreciate the boy trying his best to entertain an old lady, but he's a very bad chess player.
I think probably given time, when he doesn't have assassins on his back, he might think a little bit more strategically. But then again, maybe that's why I need to survive assassins on my back. Think a bit more strategically.
Perhaps that is the case. Perhaps he's not looking at the chessboard in the right way. Perhaps they are not assassins. Perhaps they are looking for him so that they can help him. He doesn't know, and he's made no effort to orientate himself towards the north and south of the board. How is he going to ever find out anything out that way? Young people these days.
I mean, the moveset of one of the royal pieces or the general pieces is a lot more than one of the pawns. But then, if a general wishes to act like a pawn, I suppose there's no helping it.
That is absolutely correct. You are truly a watcher of the skies. What can I do for you today?
I'm actually here because I've been doing some investigations about the Muslim mercenaries that were hired by the dynasties to protect against the Liao that's settled in the city.
She cocks her head and she says, "You are speaking of Prince Sufei's clan."
Yes.
What do they have to do with anything?
Quite a lot actually. And apparently, then I kind of say to the west of where there were mountains that some of my ancestors' visits to your lands have been documented in that charming story of the slave from Kunlun. And so apparently the spiders were found near Kunlun Mountain by the Sufeans in their travels, and the Sufeans took them in for the spiders were very injured and very badly, critically wounded by something that they haven't quite recovered from. Now, I have my suspicions what it is, and I'm sure you know what we're talking about here. It's probably something very hot and something that was released just a while ago. But the spiders got burnt by a mighty force, and they've been holding up and taking care of their wounds ever since, and trying to protect their cultivation. Now, fast forward, we advance a few scenes in this little play to the current day, and the Sophians are very much obliged by their customs as well as by their codes of honor with the spiders who have not yet violated any of their terms with the Sophians to keep the spiders within their means. But the Sophians dislike the behavior of the spiders, simply put. And I'm seeking an honorable removal of obligations for all. And I was wondering if Lady Mu, you will be interested in some proposals that I have.
She looks and says, "You speak in riddles. This is not something you're... Well, actually, I take it back. This is exactly what I would expect from one of you watcher types. What do you have in mind?"
Oh, because you see I think it's rather simple. It's like basically right now there could be a win-win situation for everyone or a bit of a win-lose situation. If I don't want to make the spiders more aggravated than they are, because I am no doubt that you will be able. Then I look at the cats and her. If a forceful situation was to be reached, you will definitely be able to defeat the spiders if you wish. But the city is on, well, war is coming, and I believe you need your strength for more important things than to get involved in something that is escalation of a trade war. So what I have in mind is the depth that the Sophians owe the spiders for the spiders' assistance in their matters is something to the point of 12 or 15,000 tiles. It is neither a very small sum nor a very big sum in the case of politics. And if we could purchase this debt of the Sophians, that's what allow them to remove association with spiders, which will place the spiders in, well, without people to help them do their things. Now, that's not necessarily good things because then the spiders get aggravated, get angry, and then push the thing towards war again. So, but this is just an option that I'd like to give to you that we can remove some of the things that the spiders might like. On the flip side, that simply could mean that we could offer and buy over the spiders as well. If the spiders are able to use less than 15,000 tiles to control a group of hosts, then perhaps we can use a little bit more money to control the spiders as well. So I'm sure the emperor in all his great glory has seen fit to house you and comport you with all manners of needs that you have to do your duties in this great yaman. Money is not probably something that we have to worry too much about. I don't want to spend other people's money, but I would like to suggest that perhaps we can solve this less bloodily if we were to use economics.
She thinks about it for a while and says, "You see already some of the pieces in play. You've proven yourself, at least your group has proven themselves to be less like the wandering Jianghu types that would kill and slaughter at the drop of a hat. So, to that point, at the very least, I think you have earned my respect.
Thank you.
So perhaps this is what I will do. She reaches on the table, right, and she presses something, and you feel a sudden sense of isolation around the pavilion. And she says, "We can speak freely now. I have made sure of the lack of eavesdroppers. Let me start with a couple of things. Who do you think our main targets are in this negotiation?"
There are things that's hunting the spiders, and there are things the spiders are running from. And by asking the spiders to come here out of the open, out of their safety net, you might be inviting whatever is coming after the spiders to come to a place that's you as a master of. Then I look at the chessboard, I look at the announce, a master of breaking and setting defensive formations. Perhaps that is the net you seek to spread.
That is exactly correct. The spiders themselves recognize it as well. They are themselves masters of webs and traps. It is part of their nature, after all. They are not stupid. The fact that they are willing to even consider this and appear shows how desperate they are. They know the hunters will take them out no matter what they do, and that they are stalling the inevitable. At least in this particular case, they have a chance, albeit a small one, to get rid of the hunters once and for all. So, in so much as we are using them, they are also using us.
Then, would you know anything about these hunters? Is it like a particularly ravenous fire god that once it tastes something, it doesn't let go? Or
She turns to the Midnight Cat, the leader of the Black Cats, right? The Midnight Cat turns and looks at you, and she says, "The hunters have been elusive, to say the least. We know they have been operating in the city for coming to a year at least now. But they have not made a move until now. I think that recent events have forced their hand somewhat. As for the fire god, I do not believe that the fire god is the trigger, but rather one of their many objectives."
I suppose this is a little bit of a stretch, but I understand the spiders have a lot of cultivation resources that they've been working with, right? And are these hunters interested in the spiders? Because for what these spiders could provide, cultivation resources, of like, are they going to cannibalize the spiders, or is it for something else? Any ideas?
I suspect, says the Midnight Cat, I suspect that they are the only survivors to ever have seen the identity of at least a few of their operatives. They are the only ones that have made it out alive. These spiders deserve credit. She says reluctantly, "Credit."
In this case, could we arrange for this protection scheme? Like, is that what you have in mind, or is there a progression that's possible? Sake of running a free sanctuary?
Mukoying this says this. There is the problem right now that I have, where this could go one of two ways. It could go the path of the enemy of my enemy being my friend. It could also go the path of the enemy of my enemy being a second enemy. We do not know which one it is. And that is the reason why I'm hedging to this degree. If the spiders form a second front, then we at least have the option of withdrawing and leaving them to their fate. If they wish for us to be allies, then they need to bring something to the table.
But that's not entirely off the cards for you. It's something that you can believe is possible.
It's one of the things that she says that I do not like. It forces us to be reactionary. I would much rather be on the initiative, to be honest. I would much rather be aggressive. But we have too many unknowns here.
And you're holding territory, not gaining it, because you have a city to take care of as well.
Correct. So, what you have, that is why your party has been a godsend. It is to your credit that you've managed to stir the hornet's nest but not destroy the nest outright.
So now it has to come to you and gives you some degree of leverage.
Some. Not much. Your proposal is sound and to the point. Had Emir Khalid merely asked for the money, he would have it. He is the grandson of a prince of the Song dynasty. I hope you realize that.
Well,
Emir Sufyan was made prince for his contributions to the Kittian invasion. A prince of the Song dynasty. He outranks me.
I suppose there's some degree of reason why it's not whatever you suggested as well.
I suspect that the issue with Emir Khalid is mostly economic, but also partially an issue of face. He has lost face among his tribe by trusting the wrong people. We can help him, but we cannot appear to be helping him. He needs to look as if he had solved this all by himself. So, my suggestion is this, that if we are to buy him out, we need to buy him out as a co-investor. There are ways for us to do this. Requisitioning this for the military is well within our means and well within reason, given the situation that is at hand right now. It breaks the monopoly, gives him a market, and allows him to flip the goods with a reasonable profit, enough for him to salvage his situation. So that is what I'm proposing. I can use the funds for the military requisition.
Yes. Usually that comes on military drums, right? Like nobody will notice, like, some drums costing a lot more than they usually do.
Well, we have to get fair value. I would never dream of cheating the emperor.
Yes. Flutes.
But that gives him an out. The question right now is whether that would put the spiders on the defensive and more inclined to become our enemy. It is entirely possible, and my take on it is the threat of execution is far better than the execution of threat. Leave it as an option, put it on the table, because the other option is for the spiders to do so, willingly, of their own free will.
Yeah, I mean, if you're ready to help out the enclave, I And if we have some resources that's, miraculously due to the generosity and largesse of the great empire, the spiders, for all they do, also provide some degree of economic benefit for your city. While it is, of course, something which the common folk might not agree with, or even like at all, my proposal is we buy out the enclave from the spiders. Then we provide trade links and opportunities to the spiders, but they do so through the cat's paws they once had of the enclave. So they would think that they have a benefit because they are working with people that they already have spun webs around. But now the reverse of power is flipped, and you now have handlers that can control them that were once controlled by them. So they're motivated to stay loyal as well.
That is assuming that they wish to stay in the city. They're staying here because they have no choice.
And that's why we have an option for them as well. Because they might be spiders, they might be powerful, but they also don't have access to resources. They are mobile. Whether it is the Great Song or whether it is the greater community of the Muslims across this land, the banking networks that you'll be able to provide will allow them to move a lot more easily wherever they wish to go. If we ease their way, I'm sure they are more willing to listen to reason. We show that it's like a basic strategy, right? You don't destroy you don't push them to a dead end. You let them have a road, and you facilitate the road. They're more than likely to take them.
Your friend Yifan has just come out of the cultivation room. Do you wish for him to join this conversation?
If he is able to, definitely.
We would need to undo the wards for a slight moment.
Okay, I will think other thoughts.
Where are we at this point then? Kugang and us.
Kugang, you're at the inn. You guys are at the inn with Xia, the snake demoness.
Okay.
The purple
We didn't
snake.
know there was a demoness.
Oh well, sure.
Walk towards
You see them playing chess, and you feel the sense of like an overpressure being released as you walk closer, and then the Mu Guiying presses onto the table again, and you feel again the sense of a bubble forming around you.
I gesture towards good eve, Madam Mu.
Your friend here was just suggesting to us that we should spare the spiders and buy out their crop of cultivation fruit.
Yes.
What have you to add to this, young disciple of Wudang? You have
buying away their cultivation food will actually might force them to fight, I think, because they need that food to recover, right? As I remember, they are all injured, all but one.
That is true. However, it is no good by itself. That's one of the issues that they have. The limiting factor right now is not the fruit. It is their reliance on human blood.
Is it just human blood or blood in general? That is a important question.
Human or sentient blood, as far as we can tell, to heal their injuries.
mainly because their cultivation technique requires.
Oh no, absolutely not. As far as I know, they're doing this because they're desperate. It is the fastest and best way for them to recover from their injuries. But make me an arcana roll. Make me an intellect roll. Just a pure intellect roll.
Okay. Okay, 20.
As she says, this just happens to be the best way of them recovering from an injury, right? You suddenly remember something.
Mm-hmm.
You suddenly remember a dark, dank cave at the bottom of a temple where a certain desperate cave spirit
Water.
that was badly injured by an Asura
Mm-hmm.
going down the same
Oh.
path.
Mm. Yeah.
I have an idea actually, but I'm not sure whether it makes sense. It's just a hunch.
You also have the way to reverse it.
Hmm.
Yeah, because we have found the technique when dealing with a child.
Yeah. Is there? I actually can heal them.
How? Mukuing looks at you. She looks she looks more surprised and almost cautious, like you've suddenly demonstrated an ability to twist your head 180 degrees back. That kind of thing.
Yeah. I've discovered this technique. This technique that the spiders are using, it's not uncommon from those who are desperate.
Yes,
Desperate to
it is not.
heal. Actually, there is another method to do the healing without the blood.
But that requires another source of energy.
Which I believe I have.
What do you have?
Oh.
Stop playing games, young man.
I have the imperishable fire.
She turns her head, looks at Midnight Cat. The Midnight Cat turns back and says, "How did you come about carrying the flame imperishable? It
Long
is the treasure of Mount Ermei. How? You're not a member of Mount Ermei."
We have kind of discovered this because there was this child that we will want to save that was injured by a blood demon, and only the flame imperishable could cure its eternal coldness from its body. I have absorbed the flame imperishable and am capable of, how should I say it, circulating it around all the meridians, all parts of the meridian to unblock. I believe that will heal anyone extremely quickly.
Be careful when revealing this fact during the negotiation. They may very well just make a grab for you and run.
I do know that, and I do suggest that we just leave it as the fact that I am able to heal them through my own methods, and not speak of it any further.
There's also that thing that we saw in the cave, right, Ivan? It's like
Yes.
wasn't there something about like if you practice some martial art that we found from there would help to improve the health of
Ye- Yes, it is actually the martial art that I have would it's based off that particular martial art from that cave, which allows me to heal anybody with internal injuries through a powerful source. So I could actually change it to a different element to help to help heal the body that is well suited.
Okay. Well, I could kind of like
With
Uh,
this changes everything. We have something they want, absolutely want.
Yes.
can you teach this to us as well? So if like that more people can,
Yes.
and then it will be easy. So even if like it could speed the process up or something.
I could.
You can not right now.
Ye-
It will take some time for you to learn it. So as of right now, he's the only one who has it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
We'll write this down.
curiosity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Out of curiosity, right? If we give up the flame imperishable, wouldn't that piss Ermei off?
The flame imperishable that you have is a small fragment of it, right?
Yep.
And so far, none of the healing that you've been doing, or none of the users of the flame imperishable that you have, has used it up. And as I've so blatantly put it, right, any flame that can be extinguished or used up cannot be called imperishable.
That's true. That's fair. Okay.
So
Slightly perishable.
It's just a-
slightly perishable.
slowly perishable. Like it's like plastic, right? It doesn't. It technically decomposes, but it takes thousands of years to do so.
Maybe the fine print is the flame with imperishable marketing, so it's over marketed. It's actually not
or it's like perpetual until from the beginning of time until to this date. You know, something along those lines. You know, one of those like stupid legal covenants.
Until Y2K.
Mm.
Then the Millennium Bug hits.
Anyway,
Never mind.
so he says, I believe that we can put together something during the negotiating table to at least entice the spiders to think twice. We can give them
Yes.
exactly what they want now. The
Yes.
body fruit will be by the by, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would give
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it will allow it. They still need to process it, build, add additional herbs into it to make it into a particular medicine that they can incorporate into their healing or cultivation process.
so
Whereas,
that actually helps us, and it helps us get clarity. We can more or less count on the spiders becoming our allies in this particular respect.
Mhm.
All we need now to do is to make sure that we survive the hunters tomorrow.
Mm.
And to that respect, she says, we have a battle plan for this contingency. We did not know which one to rely on, but in this particular case, the camera flows to the Lei Tai. She says, you remember the Plum Blossom Pillars training ground?
yes,
That's the one with the egg that my friends were falling off, right?
That is correct. In the event that a fight breaks out, the coverage for that area will belong to you. What you need to do
Okay.
is simply this. Lure a small group in there, enough to break their fighting force down a significant number.
Be right back, Bio.
What this place is the test of the martial scholar. I'm sure all of you know this. What is not known is that I had incorporated some improvements to prevent outside interference. If activated, the contest platform is sequestered from the rest of the world up to and until a winner is determined.
I see.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean now?
So,
Stall them. The
understand.
longer you stall them, the more I can defeat the rest of them and bring my soldiers to assist you.
I have a suggestion for this as well. That is something from our earlier conversation, Lady Mo, and that's regarding the prince that is currently having a lack of face. Wouldn't I'm not aware of the martial prowess of this generation of the enclave, but would there be budget to? Could we reassign the budget of defense for hiring mercenaries that protect their longtime friends, and in this case, deputize to help us secure the city, win some martial glory, and improve relations all around between spiders, them, you?
Certainly. That is
Right.
a capital suggestion. She thinks for a while and says, Khalid leads a small group of warriors. His band is no mercenary band. However, he is very much his grandfather's grandson.
So we could even put them in open hiding because that's there to protect the spiders. That's hilarious.
That
be
would be amusing.
Okay. All right.
Very well. That sounds like a plan.
All right. Could I get a bit of the budget, and I'll head down to the enclave then.
Okay, so with that, the scene closes. You have one more night to go. It's one long rest, so if you guys want to level up, I think you have enough to level up one person. You level up that person. Otherwise, we are going to go into the negotiation scene proper now.
Actually, no. I just did the calculation. We are like, we are like 50 XP short to level 1
You
person.
had your 50 XP shot. Ask the channel.
Yeah.
No. Actually, the 50 XP shot is either Amu or I think it's only
Renzus
Amu.
because of the.
Yeah, because of the 600 they have gotten in.
Did you calculate Did you calculate last week there was extra 200 that were coming?
400.
400 that was coming to you.
I know. I calculated everything already. Based off all the XP. The only person that could level up is only Amu, and only Amu is short like maybe 40 or 50 XP.
Right.
40 or 50 is like very.
It's like chicken feed, lor.
Yeah.
You can buy 40 to 50 XP using 40 to 50 gold. I told you that you can do that.
Can we go look for a goblin cave somewhere?
No, you
Go
go.
and buy a bunch of chickens. Invoke the dark arts too.
Nick, you can spend 40 gold to convert it to like 40 XP or something like that.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, so Nick, you can raise to level 5.
Am I the only one that's that close?
You or Renzus? Take a pick.
It's actually not Renzus. Renzus starts at 2007. So Nick started his level
a bit
level
higher, right?
4, a bit higher. So only Nick is the one that can level to level 5.
Okay. You don't want me at level 5? I mean, there's a bit of an irregularity. We're all going to be different. completely different.
It's okay. We'll play around there. It's
Yeah,
one
just
level five.
don't worry. Only you
Case a case of giving
We
us
have someone to take point for us.
have the power to move me. Okay.
giving them.
I'll head for a quick bio break, so I'll be right back.
Okay,
Then
no problems. Everyone go for a quick bio break. I don't think anyone has points for karaoke, to be honest. So I will just use the time to go and set up. La 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 la. Ha 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 ha. I mock you. Word, I'm mocking you. You have no.
He has no power.
You have no power.
600. Actually, Nick, you need to spend 40 gold, or actually 31 gold to hit level 5.
Sure. It's not difficult.
You will be exactly at 6,500 XP.
I'm looking at the C sheet now. I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
You go to
Go to like
the anvil, go to the builder, then manage XP,
Okay.
and then you can. Renzus, you're a bit soft, so
Okay. I was.
Renzus, you're very soft.
Is this better?
Yeah, much.
Okay, because this got messed with a bunch of settings. I don't know why I had to reset a bunch of.
So I to
Okay, Renzus, yeah, I can't hear what you wanted to say. Nick, what were you saying just now as well?
I was just confirming my like whether y'all could hear my voice.
Just barely.
Back to.
oh, I think now it's quite good.
Okay, because I'm just worried that it's picking up like the other background noise. Hello.
having
Yep.
some API.
Hey, Ilsa has given you all XP. Okay, take 400. Take 400. Guys, don't need to spend the money. Take the 400 XP. Not bad, not bad.
Well, spend the XP so that Nick will have some round number. Then we can keep the 400 for later.
He's having problems leveling up.
See? You see the animation. It's true.
Okay, so I'm setting up the stage for the next encounter. Renz, tell me if you guys want to change the formation a little bit. The placement may be subject to change. So, but you guys have to basically You guys basically have the south table.
Okay.
Okay, and because this is quite Guailan, right? The other side of the table is basically a bunch of cats sitting on the table.
Okay. It's basically our are the Persians here as well?
The Persians are here. They're seated alongside the spiders.
Is it awkward? Is it amusing?
We'll roleplay the introduction into it, right? So I will set up the scene. Don't worry about it. We'll see how awkward it is later. So it will be I don't know which one I use for Sufeir, but I think it's this one. Okay, I'll use this for Sufeir. Sufeir is here. Sorry, Khalid is here. This should be El Shubnur. And they have a group of men at arms behind them as well. So I'm just gonna use random men at arms as opposed to random he-men. Okay. Random men at arms. Okay, this one. Okay.
Oh, what? Random Tila.
Random Shira.
Victor,
Yes?
my hit points is not changing on my character sheet.
A 2k cultivation for a dramatically appropriate moment. Suedian is keeping true to the game. So, Nick, sorry, what was your question?
My hit points are not showing on my level up.
Why
You need to add the. You need to roll and add the hit points to the total roll hit points.
So it's a
box.
manual roll, right?
You can roll on. Yeah, it's a manual roll. You need to manage hit point and
Rich,
roll.
can you go to
then-
DnD Beyond and help Nick, because I don't think he's going to be able to do it by himself.
Okay.
I can do it. I'll just manually roll and then override.
Manuel.
Yep. Manual roll. In fact, you can actually roll it on D&D Beyond.
I'm about to do it right now. Okay.
You should have +6.
Okay, so the arrangement is here lah. I mean, you guys can swap the order. If seating is an issue, you guys can arrange the seating to whichever one you want lah.
Okay.
Okay, tell me when you guys are ready, okay?
Already.
Okay.
Barring any random technical issues Discord is giving me, yeah, we should be good to go.
Okay, good. The sun, because I'm a bloody show off. The day starts with winds blowing into the... It's a sodden, almost overly damp March morning, late spring, late winter, almost to the beginning of spring.
Someone's missing from Discord.
The sun rises from the sunrise. Okay, sunrise.
Wow, sunrise.
Sunrise.
This isn't here, guys.
The sun rises from.
Nick, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
And with the rise of the day, you clean your faces, you make good your dressing. You make sure that you are dressed in your formal best. For today is the day of the negotiation. As you are taken from your rooms and shown to the negotiating platform that has been set up specially for the event, you notice that you are actually the last to arrive, and that the rest of the guests have already arrived. On the far table, far to the right, you see Emir Khalid, El Shubno, his vizier, and a group of 4 men armed and armored in metal armor and weapons. Rare for the Central Plains, yet not uncommon among the Persians. Beside them, almost squirming in impatience, you see a dark-skinned elf flanked and surrounded by 3 smaller spiders that are tapping away on the wooden platform. Perhaps impatient, perhaps restless, or perhaps just hungry. On the opposite side, where they are having the negotiation, sits on the table with dishes of cream and dairy in front of them 4 black cats. And in the mediator's table, the Midnight Cat. And in the center, Nic Wong herself. If you were expecting the descendant that was referenced by Nic Wong, he does not seem to be present. Nic Wong has apparently decided that this was too important and had taken this over for herself. You sit. You can arrange yourselves in whatever way you want. Otherwise, I'm just going to default to this particular formation. Okay.
Okay.
And with that, entertainment. You hear sounds of you see dancing girls perform on stage. I can put a dancing girl on stage to dance because I can emote. Yes, let me find. Yes.
I've noticed that now I'm on stream on video, but then on Discord I'm on video, on stream I'm not on video, right? That's fascinating.
And she twirls and spins around.
I think Casey minimized the screen, so you on stream you're not showing.
No leh. No, I didn't minimize leh.
Oh yeah, I reformed.
Yay! It is a show! We need more zoom. Okay, can, no problems. More zoom you shall have. The lady!
Enhance.
The lady twirls and spins around in merry celebration, almost in a in a surprising contrast to what is about to happen. And with that, she takes a bow and moves off stage. And to which the spider slams her hand on the table and says, "We are not here to be entertained. We have serious business to discuss." And Emir Khalid says, "All in good time. All in good time. But this is as good a time as any for us to start. You have invited us here, Lady Move of Yemen Pass. My ancestors know you, and I know you. And I thank you for the graciousness of your hospitality." Madam Mu says, "It is our pleasure, grandson of Prince Sufair. Now, you are known to us, spiders of Kunlun. What do you ask in exchange for your assistance? our assistants. We are the denizens of the sewers, and we have been rightfully or wrongfully ceded that territory by your agents over there. And she points towards to Amu. Lady Mu says, "Come now. This is not about the sewers. This is about something else." Says the spider, and the spiders chitter around her quietly. Watcher of the skies. As a neutral observer to this feud between the cats and the spiders, what are your observations?
And Cang Tian, sits up a bit stiffly in the overstarched robes and says, I think there's a lot of bluster and fear and desperation around. I think perhaps let's just lay things quite clearly on the table and remind that right now we can help each other. Right now I am present here as a watcher of the heavens, and if there's any issue with terrestrial matters, I can assure you that I follow the calligraphy scroll that I will present an official report that is fair and impartial on all matters to the Associated Celestial Magistracy.
Amu looks at Yifan, just leans over and whispers, "What's a watcher of the heavens?"
You are seated next to Cang
Yeah,
Tian.
seated next to Cang Tian.
Oh, okay, I'll do that with that. Watcher of the heavens.
That's you.
Yeah. So then I say, if you may permit me, I will do the recording of this and provide multiple copies for each member, for each party to have a proper recording of this so that there is proper witnessing by heaven and earth.
With that, right, as you are laying out the paper, you hear, Yifan, you hear a voice in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, disciple of Wudang, look to the rooftops. They are already here.
I slowly look towards. I try to inconspicuously look towards the rooftops.
You see one, you see two, you see
Mhm.
three. They look as if they are acting as if they are totally unseen. But for some reason, whatever they are using does not seem to be working on you. You see them clear as day. But
Right? Okay.
Okay.
only for a moment.
Could I clarify
Only.
something?
Only for a moment. As if the veil had been removed for you just momentarily and then placed back.
There's, are they in position? They are staying in position, or are they moving?
They are staying in position, and what they appear to be are watchers.
Okay. I assume that the voice is very familiar to me.
Yeah, it's the Midnight Cat. The Midnight Cat used they use a messaging cantrip on you.
I will reply the message. I see them.
Good.
By obviously covering my mouth so that nobody knows that I'm speaking.
I think message allows one message back without.
Yeah, correct. That's why I said.
Okay.
Long sleeves and then the teacup, right?
Yeah, it's yeah.
The long sleeve.
Oh, the tea is very good. Splash, 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 splash.
Yes. But actually, I'm replying the message. I see them, and thank you.
Could I clarify something just very quickly because of transition? Like, could we also brief Amu and Kutan on the
the
transition
battle
of
plan.
to the arena to the martial scholar stage?
Yeah,
So everybody's on the same page, lah. Okay, got it.
absolutely.
Okay, got it.
Oh, I assume we had a discussion the night before.
Yeah, the long rest night, lah.
So we have all the information.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
we
you
need
know
to
that.
basically
So the battle plan,
spot.
just to balik a bit, right? Because everyone, okay, you know the battle plan. You know the battle plan is that your part of the battle plan is to lure a detachment away and let Mu Guiying's troops perhaps execute a defeat in detail.
Yes.
You know that the thrust of the negotiation is to try and get the spiders to ally. So you're all in on that already, and you believe you have the final piece of the puzzle, which is Yifan's healing ability with respect to the injuries inflicted by on the spiders. You also
Yeah,
know
so all that.
you also know that the main purpose of this negotiation is to draw out the hunters.
Yeah.
And as of right now, lah, because the right up to the third day, you had no clarity as to whether or not you had to treat the spiders as being hostile or not. You received confirmation very late last night, where the discussion basically revealed that yes, you can definitely persuade the spiders to join, at least not act as an enemy, and therefore can concentrate your efforts on the hunters, and you therefore don't have to leave them in the lurch.
In Kukang and himself, that I mean, what we know about the hunters is basically from the inn.
Correct. You had a little bit of information about when they started operating, and perhaps a slight hint of who they are.
Okay.
And you also have the best information about why the spiders are being hunted. Because they are the only people that know at least partially the identities of them, even though they themselves don't know it's important.
Yeah.
Okay, so Cang Tian, over to you.
Right? To who?
Over to you.
To me, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I kind of
The
last thing that-
voice. Okay. The rest of us are just.
Oh, you can
am I
interrupt.
supposed to-
Okay, so he says what are your observations of this?
I see. Okay, yeah, I'm supposed to present my report, right? Yeah. Okay, so I say like I look to the left and right and say, representing my, I have some observation to present, and I think my associates also have some observations to present. So I will head off first. I think you are. Then I look at the spiders and I say, I think you're being hunted, and right now you are being offered protection. Right now in this conversation, there's some protection for you, but we would like to. I perceive that there is some way for you to gain more protection in the future through making more allies. Then I look at Amir, I look at Khalid, and I say, you have some allies, but you could always use more. I also know that you are amassing a great amount of medicinal resources, perhaps in preparation for future or past conflict. We can perhaps arrange for a situation where those resources can help you more easily if you were to provide some assistance, not only to Lady Mu, but also to me as a watcher from heaven. Then I say this all very temperately and saying to the spiders. Then for Lady Mu, I think you have this is a city that is currently on the cups of war, and you would prefer to have less battles than more battles. and you are always looking for strong warriors and cultivators that could assist you in the defense of your of the sacred territories.
It is true.
Now,
Go
I
ahead.
have heard some volunteers about sewers. Maybe they would like to help with the sewers defenses. Ha ha ha.
And to which Lady Mu says, they are indeed well suited for the defenses of the sewers, but that is not what they are. That is not what they are. They are noble cultivators. Having met upon an unfortunate incident where they are less than themselves now. Is that not correct, Lady Chu? She looks a little angry, as if her weakness has been exposed in public in a way that is sort of a gentle slap across the face. And she says, "What do you mean by that, Lady Mu?" "Oh, I mean no offense. It is just that we grow tired of speaking in webs. We have something that can be helpful to you. You are amassing the resources because you have been injured in an epic fight. 3 of your number can no longer maintain human form. That much we know. We also know of your appetites, and that is unfortunate. For as long as those appetites are being indulged, we have no place for you in this city. But that is not to say that we have no place for you in this city. I don't understand. You are asking us now to remain as spiders and not do our best to survive? No, not at all. Quite the contrary. We are saying to you that you do not have to do this in order to be human again. She looks confused. I do not quite believe you. I believe that you are bluffing. Even if I'm bluffing, do you not think that I would be exposed the minute you ask me for proof? If I enter into the truce with this as an explicit condition, would you not have grounds then to wipe us all out?
With Heaven's official blessing, product placement. Like an XI, right?
Heaven's official blessing, please sponsor us. I love our heart, so much heart. Okay, anyway,
More BL. Okay.
you say what you want. I will not believe it until I see it with my own eyes.
And I kind of say like, could we then have a volunteer from one of your number to receive this this a show of good faith from Lady Mu's, as Lady Mu has suggested, for this treatment and this healing?
Alright? What do we have to lose? One of them comes out, and it is the one that looks most severely wounded. The one where the carapace was cracked, he was missing tips of his leg, and he just moves into the center of the platform.
As a sign of good faith, would the delegation from Kunlun allow me to move near your table such that you may hold me responsible for any treachery that may occur in case trust is still lacking.
One of yours and one of Lady Moo's.
And
Lady Moo says, very well, I will come. The spiders go, they get taken aback a little and they say, you weren't kidding about this. No, I wasn't. I never kid. Oh no, let me rephrase that. I kid all the time, but I'm serious this particular one time.
I walk forward as well. Then I can
And as Lady Moon walks forward, right? Emir Khalid says, I will vouchsafe to ensure that no rash acts will happen. El Shamnur. And El Shamnur says nods. Rich, you may make an arcana roll to see what he's trying to do.
Okay.
Can I reposition to near the spiders as well?
Sure.
So like be the hostage basically.
Correct. No problems.
10
This is
for
like
the
werewolf
Arcana
or-
roll.
You don't recognize what he's doing.
Okay. Never mind. As both Lady Moo and Cang Tian move towards towards the delegation. Yifan, I will stand up
Okay.
and I walk towards spider.
So-
The spider in the center.
So Suedin, you won't get the success of the roll, but you do get something. The practices of magic in the Persia are significantly different from the practices of magic in China. In China, it's very chi based and all of that. What El Shabnor is doing looks like he is preparing some form of Persian magic. He looks like he's rubbing a ring or reaching into one of his satchels. They tend to be more of the lines of along the lines of invoking true names and using spirits such as Jin and Jani to invoke their effects.
Okay. I turn towards. I look at the spider and just go, please. Be in a meditative position. As he prepares, I prepare him to heal, and I sit opposite him, preparing to channel the healing chi towards him.
Okay, so you sit down and you reach out with your Tai Yi Wu Xing Xingfa,
Yep.
and you push the flame imperishable into his body. And you realize one thing: the spider's meridians are human. They are effectively the same as any human being.
Okay.
It is frazzled. You see that part of his meridians, some of his meridians have overloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his tendons have been shattered. It is a miracle that he is holding on to his life. In game terms, he has dropped a tear from
Okay.
dying.
Sure. I would the basic principle of fire anyway is even though the fire destroys, the fire creates as well. From the death of a phoenix, from the death of a bird, a phoenix will arise again. So basically, I'm trying to clear all the injuries by shearing it and trying to unblock any of the meridians as I send it across through his entire chi flow.
Okay, you will not be able to heal him just like that.
Yeah,
But
but I
You
can
can-
stabilize him.
you can Okay, depends on how much time you want to spend on this. If you spend the equivalent of 2 hours, you will clear the first blockage. And at the very least, that first blockage will allow the person to take on a human form again.
Okay, I'll spend 2 hours to clear the blockage. I
一个时辰. That's the
Yeah.
basic unit of time in China.
Yep. It's 2 hours.
1时辰.
Yes,
1
one 时辰.
时辰.
One Lion City.
One 时辰. Okay,
44个石狮子.
you hear in the middle of you hear a gasp. You hear
Gasp.
even as Yifan, you can't see it because your eyes are closed.
Mhm.
But as the rest of you see the form of the spider slowly start shifting into that of a battered, bruised, injured man. His facial color is off. His blood dripping down from the side of his mouth, but he is able to maintain the shape of a human man.
It's an Albert.
Nope, human. Only the lady has a form of a dark skinned, swarthy skinned elf. This one is the shape of a human man, and he coalesces for just a moment, and just in that fraction of a second, just as the hour is up, the man stumbles onto the floor and vomits out a black putrid blood clot, coughs out, and it just burns in a bright blue fire and dissipates.
I retrieve back the flame imperishable back.
Okay.
And
And the man comes up to you and he kneels. He kneels and he does, please receive a bow from me. And he goes on all fours and he uses his forehead to knock against the floor.
I before he knocked too many times, I pick up his hand as I stand up and say, "No need to thank me. It is part of what Lady Mu has said. We have abilities. I have the ability to heal the injuries that you have."
Okay. And with that, you hear, so you were the one! Finally. A booming voice yells from the...
What?
Don't worry lah, not this size lah, don't worry. Wait ah. Chill man, chill. Chill.
I'm chill.
And with that, you see that he seems to have launched a huge, what looks like a meteor, into the midst of the platform. But with a single word from Mu Guiying, a word of shielding. You see the word, very, very similar to yours, Rich. The word shield, Dun, come up, and it shatters against the wall. Even as you hear the hordes of people start charging towards...
I was lagging what I did.
As they jump down from the banisters. As this, what looks like a serpentine, half man, half dragon, swoops down and tries to grab grab Yifan. Everyone roll for initiative. There are only a few characters that are important. The rest I will just kind of do it as per. I'm not going to have everyone roll for initiative. There are some people in this encounter that are important, and there are some that's just background. Okay, everyone roll for initiative. I will set the account.
I've rolled a 7.
Roll a 1.
Don't like that, leh.
For the 19.
19 for Cang Tian. Long
11 for
rolled a
Yifan.
1. Kukang rolled a 7. Yifan rolled a?
11.
And Coffee is not in the scene, right?
Coffee is not in the scene.
Okay. Okay. Top of the round. Okay. This is what happens. One of the minions starts running towards Amu and starts pulling out a small, sharp, thin knife and stabbing towards him. Okay. Let's see whether it works. Okay, melee attack number 1 misses. Does a 15 hit you? Amu,
Sorry?
does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. Sweden, not quite a Dark Sun Defiler. So in this particular world, like some of the interesting things about Chinese history and all that, right, is that if you look at some of their old gods and monsters, right, they all look kind of like a bit strange and a bit chthonic, for lack of a better way of describing it. They look like half dragons. They have bumps on their heads. They're described as half man with torsos of 2 dragons trailing behind. So it's all very odd. So this kind of thing of looking like a bit like a dragon, and this guy is like looking a bit like a Western dragon, right? Half a Western dragon and half a humanoid, right? Is actually about par for course for like the really ancient Chinese monsters that you will find in San Hai Jing. Okay, next in the round, Cang Tian.
Okay, so I will take a look at the situation. The only the dragon man is here. The knife man, sorry, the resolution is a bit low on my Discord. Let me go to Twitch. Okay, somehow it's higher on Twitch than Discord. Okay.
Okay, I'm moving the
Alright,
people that
I
are not
will see
important.
dragon. Okay, got it.
Moving the
Alright.
dragons that are not important. Sorry.
Okay, I leave my I kind of fold up my documents, put it to the side, and I walk forward closely towards the middle of the altar, the center of the stage, right? And then I kind of like look to the dragon man, and then I say, "Sorry, good sir, we are having a meeting here. May I know your identity, your salutation, and your position in this conclave?" And then I pull out my paper and I put there. So I kind of speak to him, address him, and then I know that he probably won't respond, but maybe he will say something, and then my action is a defensive action. I kind of like move over and I kind of like stand close on top of the stage. Kind of like he's quite tall, right? This dragon man.
Yeah, he's tall. He's no fewer than 8 feet tall. He doesn't have wings, by the way. Just to clarify, right? his dive down, right, looked like he was just swimming through the air, like a serpentine snake, just kind of twirling through the air, and he lands down on his legs and then rears up. Think of him as an oversized Mushu from the Mulan animated series, but much more badass and actually nasty looking.
Yep.
So and then I walk forward and then I spend a bonus action to activate my
Patient defense.
No, actually, metal forming palm.
Oh, awesome.
Is that resistance is reaction, right? Not bonus action, right?
Yeah, resistance is reaction.
Resistance reaction.
Okay, then I don't need. So I walk forward and then I use my standard action to defend movements. I have 40 feet movement, right? So I walk and the center of the stage, I leap onto the center stage, which is the brazier looking thing, the quadrant looking thing.
Of course
and,
you would, right?
Gracefully, I land on. Yeah, and I want to be taller than him. Am I taller than him after I stand on the stage?
That's a very good question. Yeah, you can definitely reach it. Okay.
So I look down at him.
Yeah, you are
I look.
a little bit taller than him lah. Sikit. Okay, yeah.
So I take out my paper and then I kind of like write down and then I look down at him. I look down at him literally. Look with an out kind of look at my eyebrow and then I say, "May I know? I would like to enter you into the record. I understand you said so. It is you. Would you like to declare a salutation, identity, and the name of your organization?" Then I'm taking I'm kind of like using my height advantage to basically kind of maybe psych him out a little bit and make him annoy me to try to draw aggro to me. And I think a defense action.
Okay, so he says, because his turn is next, he says, "My name is not of your concern. Die and be the restless souls bastard.
None of your concern. Everyone, that is his name. None of your concern. Let the heavens and earth remember this."
He says, "You will be the restless souls under the flames and ashes to be burnt under the sacred flame." And he reaches out and he attacks Yifan. Because Yifan is his primary motive now. Okay, yeah, I don't think he's going to use the fire cone attack. He's going to... Oh, he's only got this, Che. Like that only. I thought like damn big deal like that. Actually not. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes, it does, but I
know what you're doing. Go.
Quickly inscribe. As the attack comes towards me, I will quickly inscribe the rune shield, Tun, and hold my hand out in front of the attack, and as it strikes it and it stops dead right before it reaches my palm.
Red sparks fly out from the side as he whips his head forward and bites you, but a scatter of sparks flies across the room. Next in the round is Yifan.
Okay, I am going to inscribe Boo, Misty Step.
Well done. So one hand
and
shield.
The other hand, right, inscribe Boo and Misty Step. I will take the 30 feet towards the Plum Blossom.
The late Hyla.
Yeah, the Plum Blossom arena, and I'll take another 30 feet to try to reach the Leitai if I can.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do the measurement. You were wait, stop. You are here just now, so let's call it 30 feet. 30 feet is here, okay? 30 feet is...
That will be my Misty Step.
Okay, Misty Step here, and another 30 feet would be down here, all the way down here. So you actually can reach the... You can actually reach the Leitai.
Okay, then I will take another. I'll take the dash action to get into the Lei Tai.
How far in do you want to go? You can actually get into the
I
second
am-
layer almost. If you, especially.
get-
Oh wait, hang on. You have a bonus action left, right? No, you already used up your bonus
Misty
action.
Step is a bit. Misty Step is a
Okay,
bonus
then you
action.
can't Chinko, so you
I
can
will-
only go up the first level.
I only go up the first level. That's fine.
Okay. This is about as reasonably far as you can go. So you reach out, Misty Step, once you leave a log behind. You run and you reach out and you leap with your legs fluttering in the air, and you land on the first Mei Fa Zhang on one leg. With your sword out, sword out.
Yes, sort out.
Okay. Cool.
Misty's. I can leave a lock behind, is it?
No lah, just kidding lah. That one's you're not a ninja.
That's more ninjutsu than kung fu.
Kugang, you're next.
Although, okay. The ones like behind me, those are what again? Those figures?
These look like they look like black pajama men.
Okay.
The
They are the newcomers, right? The ones that
Yeah.
come down menacingly.
correct.
Then are they? Do we recognize them as affiliated with the cats or?
No, they're not affiliated with the cats. They appeared in the middle of the scene together with the dragon. One of the black pajama men has already stabbed Longmu.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will.
they are goons.
They are goons.
I will unleash my meteor hammers, roaring. Aha! Finally, a decent bout. I will rush over to help Longbo.
Bang.
Initiating.
No, go towards
a-
Ivan.
Oh,
Go
Ivan.
towards Ivan.
Okay, then I will move to engage the two behind me. But in such a way that so on that side.
So that they can't fully flank you. Anyway, they can't flank you either. They need to use the new cinematic rule that I was talking about anyway.
Sure.
Mm.
And I spinning into my unleashing my righteous anger. Bonus action, fly into a rage and begin attack.
I would like to rage!
Okay. Where is?
It's Rage Blaster.
Rage lasts a minute.
Then
Okay. The first whirling of meteor hammer swinging low for the man's legs is 13.
Let me check.
Actually, what first? No, that does. I have no multi attack yet, so yeah, it's just 1.
13 does 13 hits. Roll damage.
13 hits.
What the?
13. Wait, I think that's before the rage benefit. The rage benefit is
Yeah.
so that'll be 15.
Okay, so you swirl your meteor hammers, right? And one of them you hear a sickening crunch as one of the meteor hammers just smashes against it. Like he immediately goes down on one knee.
Try running this time.
Paining. Okay.
I think
Okay.
now it's
It is Amu's turn.
Okay, Amu, he's going to. Okay, what he does is he unrolls his sleeve, wraps it around the guy next to him. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you totally. You're doing wave 1.
Yeah, not really. I'm gonna wrap the sleeve around him, and then I'm gonna grab behind the sleeve. I'm gonna pull, and so I move back towards the second guy, and I'm gonna basically slam them against one another. That's
Okay, sure.
mechanically it's 2 attacks.
Okay, that's
You know what I
fine.
mean?
That's done. and you can use Grappling Strike for the first one, which I assume you're doing.
Yes.
So you're taking his friend, you're taking one enemy and using that enemy to hit the other enemy. Legit, totally legit.
Yes. I learned, from all the Jackie Chan movies, right?
Yes, totally. Jackido.
Jackido.
So I'm gonna, so I can Grappling Strike the first one, right?
Yes. Please make a roll and get a Grappling Strike for the first one.
Okay. Where are you to hit roll? Is it considered unarmed or is it considered with the longsword?
It's with the longsword.
Or the spear?
Yeah, which weapon are you using, first of all? Are you using the spear or are you using the longsword?
I'm using this. I was going to try using the spear.
Okay, you had the chance to attune to it last night, so yeah, by all means, go ahead. So,
does it give me any bonus or anything like that?
it is a +1. It's a +1.
Okay. So I'm just going to roll.
It's a D6 though.
I got a crit.
Sure. Would you like
For
to
the first
smite?
strike.
Would you like to smite?
If you use a
No, I
spear
don't.
two-handed, yeah.
But he has a shield.
Two-handed,
He uses a shield.
Oh, okay.
Then the second attack on the second guy
Okay.
is a 14. 15.
14 hits.
So I just roll damage for both of them.
Yeah, please, by all means. So you whip out a spear, you twirl him around, and you smash him into the other. Smash him into the other guy, so he goes fling. Ah!
So the first one takes 9.
Okay.
The second one takes 7.
Okay.
Oh, but
Done.
the first one is crit. So okay, so the 9 plus 7 is the crit, right? It's 16.
Oh no, it's not 9 plus 7, it's 9 plus 3, 12.
For the crit.
Because you don't add your strength, you don't double your strength
Yeah.
on crit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
So, first one is 12. First person takes
Second one is
12. The
12.
second person roll your damage again.
oh yes, okay. Yeah, I see. The second one takes 11.
Okay.
It's a +1 weapon, right? So add 1 to all the damage.
So
Yeah.
it's 13 for the first one and 12 for the second one.
Right. They're both not dead, but they are both slammed against each other, and they look kind of a little groggy. Okay.
Moving my to be between them and Eva.
You can go. So you're gonna put yourself between yourself and them and Ifan. So you're gonna trigger an opportunity attack. Nick, are you going to trigger an opportunity attack by moving away?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, so we start running off. Okay. No, actually, you could at most move here because you already took some distance to drag the jokers along. Okay, let me see whether they hit you at all. Does a 22 hit?
Yes, 22 hits. Damn it.
Okay, so you take 3 points and take another. You take a total of 8. As one of them drives his dagger deep into your sleeve, right, and you feel it cut all the way up to almost your armpit. Had it gone another 2 more inches, it would have severed a very important vein along that. He is going for the kill. Okay, now, top of... Okay, there's one more. Haha, where? One of the watchers starts vaulting down and starts heading towards starts heading in Yifan's direction. He uses all of his movement to basically glide down from there, basically Qing Gong down all the way. Would probably reach around here. So top of the round will be Dragon's turn. Dragon will ignore Cang Tian and start making his going there. He's running.
Does he trigger an OA from me?
Yeah, he procs an OA from you. So I think.
Okay, sure.
Okay, he has. Let me see what's his movement. I remember his movement is higher than normal. Let me check. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, he procs an OA.
Okay. Right.
He will reach next to Yifan with ease.
It's a crit.
Oh, it's a crit.
You mean Amu?
Yeah,
I crit him.
Yeah, but he's actually not interested in Amu, so he's not gonna try and reach Amu. He's gonna try and reach Yifan.
Okay, got it. I critted him.
Okay.
So I'll roll me damage.
Wow, Heng no stunning strike. Heng no stunning strike yet. Wow, you stunning strike on an opportunity attack. I'll be like, wow, so angry.
So what happens is
I'm sorry.
I grab him because does he have a essentially my what's the thing as my brush, right? Basically I kind of like as he walks, right, I basically say sorry, none of your concern. I believe this thing is very much like your namesake. This is none of your concern. And then as he walks past, I kind of like tap him on his shoulder, and then it kind of scales crunch, right, and then he takes 10 points of damage from that light tap with the brush lah. Bamboo splits, right, as the brush breaks. So I said, might have tapped you a bit too hard there.
As you
and so now there's a brush stuck inside him as he walks away with it.
Yeah, as you hit him, right, with your judge's brush, right, your brush bursts into flames as he leaks what looks like molten magma from his open wound as he's running, and he leaves kind of a trail of fire behind him.
Okay.
And he takes 10 points of damage. Well done. Okay. Next in the round is Yifan, I believe. No. Yeah, it's Yifan.
Oh no, that was Cang Tian's reaction. So Cang Tian gets to move.
Yeah, Cang Tian gets to move, sorry. Cang Tian move first. Actually, Cang Tian gets...
Yeah. How far away is the dragon from me?
About 60 feet.
Okay, got it. I kind of like make a... Say, that's my favorite brush, and then he walks away with it, right? And I kind of like spend a key point, and then like there's some paper fluttering around near the stage, because one moment I'm there and the next moment I basically I spend a key point for Step the Wind, and my speed is 40, so I move I get a dash for free. So I move 40 plus 20, 60, so I am next to him.
Okay, no problems.
Okay.
I'm just setting up the stage a little bit because stuff is happening on the other side. As you are running and you feel the wind beneath your feet, as your key takes over, you reach right next to him, or you can even get onto one of the pillars if you want.
No, I'm reaching next to him because I'm kind of reverse psychology. I'm going to kind of make him make it look like I'm trying to stop him so that he'll more likely to go and chase after Yifan. It's all just a mind game, you see. Like, it doesn't matter what the tactics, the strategy, just has to win.
Okay.
So, no matter what I do, I have to win. Simple as like that. So I'm going to basically, I take another brush, and then basically, because there's some flame bursting from his back. So as I run after him and I move over here, my ropes kind of shift in the wind, and I leap into the sky, and I take the other brush, and I jab it into the wound. And then my other hand, which is basically both my hands basically now as I move right under, so you can see that it's a black metal thing that is basically the fish wraps or sorts. And then I kind of basically prepare myself for the burn, right? And I am actually going to make a grapple check, basically.
Oh, wow, you are. Okay, Ken?
So basically, even if he wins the grapple, he will want to get away from me, which will mean get a later bit, which will then be our strategy objective. So I will roll my athletics, okay?
Okay.
That is 22 on my athletics.
I don't think
Okay,
he has
yes,
that.
okay.
He's strong, but he's
Okay.
not. Oh, he rolled a 24. So he natural 20.
Okay, 24. So I
He-
basically hold on to it, and then he kind of folds
And he
around,
just-
then I'll just say in his back.
Twirls around in he bursts away from you. But okay, no problems.
No, yeah, I say none of your concern. You have to recompensate me for the brush. None of your concern. Please come back. We haven't really finished spoken. It's like, please don't go up there. It's like, your matters are here with me right now. I say that kind of like softly and calmly in the background. Just annoy him. I'm done.
Okay. Pause for a moment, huh?
Huailan school of fighting. Yeah.
Pause for a moment. What has happened here is that you see from the left just a small cutscene because something is about phase 2 is about to be triggered for this fight. You see the cats, right, suddenly burst out into what look like these ferocious half man, half maybe tiger, maybe panther things, right, and just tear away at the assailants, even as more and more of them start pouring in. You see Sufeir's elite mercenaries, right? Each one of them hold off, and two of them all by themselves with a mask of dead calm. They have their battle mask on. Did you have any of you watched Warriors of Heaven? These guys are wearing the kind of gold mask that Saladin used to wear during the Crusades. So those are the 12th century, right? The part of their armor is a golden mask, and these guys have basically adopted that particular style of armoring. It looks like the shape of a ferocious man, essentially. And these two are just implacidly just fighting a defensive posture, giving no chance to go, while El Sherbno reaches into a pouch and throws, and a gust of wind picks one up and hurls him across the stage.
You cannot.
Meanwhile, Emir Khalid, right, has pulled out a sword, a pair of scimitars, right, and is doing a strange sort of dance around, right, where he's like far more lightly armored than his companions, but he's twirling around his blades, and it looks almost dance-like and almost taunting, where he's like, hey, come, and then he hits and then he withdraws, and he twirls around and he withdraws, right, almost to some strange rhythm that only he recognizes. Mu Guiying takes his dragon staff, and something seems to have jumped off from the rooftop, right? Immediately she pulls the staff up, right, and thrusts it like a series of spears, twirls it around, and then with the final move, and just as he's coming down, she plants the staff down, pushes the staff out, and it bounds away, hits the guy, and comes back. And he says, taste my returning spear, Hui Ma Qiang.
回马枪
Okay. Meanwhile, two of the spiders have decided to are climbing up the walls, right, and seem to be weaving a web and hitting the assailants as they're coming down from the main building. They seem to have, and one of them, the spider queen, for lack of a better way of Lady Chu, right? She has her hand enveloped in an electrical field, right? And she just hits one of her assailants, and she says, "No reaction for you."
Shocking.
And
Did you put a
just
sock on the guy? Was it a socking grab?
it was a socking grasp, and just
Sock him.
as all of this
Can you
is
call her mankind instead. Then
Oh
you
yeah,
have
man,
Mr.
folklore.
Soko. Mr. Soko.
Mr. Soko. Okay, and just as you hear all of this, right, you hear the test of the martial scholars has begun. Because I made this map, and because you fought in it, you feel the silence. Oh yeah, sorry, I just realized that I haven't reset this.
So
As-
Richard, I fake him out just for go there.
Sure, no problem.
As the fight, suddenly the wind and the fight just disappear. And you are at the edge. All of you are at the edge of Kukang is here. The two that you have thrown through against each other is they're not part of it. They've been removed from the sequester. But there are exactly 4 opponents here. And all of you are concentrated on the northeastern part of the northeastern part of the Muifazhong. And
Okay.
where is Cang Tian? Cang Tian, yes, Cang Tian is being annoying to the dragon, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The sound of the battle has faded. And all of you just suddenly realize that there is only this battle platform. None of the stuff around you is happening. Top of the round. Sorry, next in the round is phase 2 of the battle has begun. Yifan, it's your turn.
Okay. I am going to
Look at me.
move further. I am going to take a bonus action and like foot to the second layer.
Okay, I'm just going to point out, there's a second layer of netting, there's a second layer of what is effectively tightrope. Every time you land on unstable footing, which is tightrope or netting, you need to make an acrobatics or athletics roll to keep your balance. DC is 12.
Okay. Then I will. Okay. Can I move to? Okay. I'm going to move to. Okay. I'm not going to go to the second layer. I'm going to move away from the. 30 feet away from the.
Which way? Away this way lah, effectively.
Yeah. Effectively this way, further closer into the second level, but not to the second level yet.
Okay, here.
My bonus action is to as I hum a tune of Serenity, I activate Blade Song, and I take the defensive action.
You take a big watermelon. You split it in half.
Split into
Half of it is for you. Half of it is for me.
The stance is actually now it's like still one-legged, but it's the sword is no longer is on the reverse grip, and the palm is out on the front on a fairly defensive front.
Okay. So reverse tan pian basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Reverse tan pian.
Done. Okay, next in the round. I didn't realize the sound effect would the cutting out of the sound effect would work so well, but okay, Kukang, it's your turn. The two guys that you were fighting, one of them is on the floor, they got trapped into the sequester with you.
Okay. I'm next to them, right?
Yes, you are next to them.
Okay. I will join him on the floor with the dog style.
Okay.
In this low sweeping roll into a flurry of point blank punches. That's more or less just an attack roll.
Are you recklessly attacking?
I can't reckless. I'm not that barbarian, I think.
But
All
you're
barbarians can reckless.
all barbarians can reckless, what?
Yeah, it's a level 2 basic.
Oh, okay.
It is your birthright as a barbarian.
Right.
What makes a barbarian a barbarian?
Completely exactly first time I'm playing barbarian. Okay. Okay, so the first roll was only a 12. Let's see about the advantage roll then. Yep, that's a 16.
Okay, that hits.
For 16.
16. You dive down and you twirl your legs, right, and you use the momentum to start swinging your meteor hammers, right, and one of them catches him high across the temple, right, smashes into it, and he lies down to the ground. Dead.
Huh?
Dead. D-E-D, dead.
Dead.
Okay. Next in round is... Oh yeah, I actually left out one person. I just realized there was an assassin that actually managed to get close enough to be sequestered as well. So,
Are the mooks still with me?
I'm sorry?
Are the mooks still with me?
No, the two mooks are not with you. They were too far out
Okay.
when the sequester hit. There is a guy that was Qing Gonging from the rooftop, and he actually got close enough to get hit by the sequester.
Okay.
Okay, next in the round is Longmu.
Okay,
Oh,
I
no.
yell at Kukang.
Wait, wait.
Sorry?
No, sorry. Longmu goes absolute last. Sorry. Sorry,
Yes,
one.
I did roll one.
Yes, you did roll one. Okay. One of them, seeing his friend die, one of them charges forward again, right? And he seems to be running forward, right? And just in bursts of speed, looks as though he's disappears from one spot to another spot and down one spot to another spot. Kind of like anime style depiction of, oh, this guy is very fast and very sneaky.
Okay.
He's going to attack Kukang. Kukang!
Has that advantage?
He has advantage for both his attacks.
Wow, got 2 attacks some more.
God, these guys are glass cannony, but 21 hits you, right?
Yes, very. 21 hits, I think, all of us.
You
Might not hit Richard.
Richard is a bloody soft tank lah. 16 does it hit not?
Yes, 16 also hits. This level barbarian AC quite low.
Yeah, but you're fucking resistant to everything lah.
Resistance.
Everything except psychic damage.
Half damage thingy.
Okay, 11, half for the first blow.
11 after halving, is it?
No, 11, half
Before
11.
halving.
Yeah. Then take another 3.
So that's
Stupid.
that's 5.
Stupid barbarian. So angry. He stabs you once!
How much for the second?
6, half to 3.
Okay.
He stabs you once! He stabs you twice! He looks very pleased with himself as he sees blood from there. All he sees is the glowering, bearded face of Kukang with eyes glaring at him like he is about to die.
Yep.
Poor guy. I almost feel sorry for my NPCs. Poor guy. Okay, Rich. This particular assassin, right, flanks you and runs alongside with you, right? And as he's running, right, he's doing this. As a piece of yellow fulu, right, flies out at you and attaches itself to your back. Rich, please make me a wisdom saving throw of DC 11.
Is it an enchantment?
Yes, it is an enchantment.
So I will have advantage.
Yes, you do. Drums.
I rolled 22.
Okay. The fulu flutters out at you, attaches itself, and then suddenly bursts itself into the same blue flame that you are very familiar with.
Same blue flame.
Yeah. The blue flame.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, anyway. But yep, you recognize that this guy, whoever the hell he is, he's a spellcaster.
Yep.
Okay. And
Yes,
now Lomu, now you may move.
I yell at Kukang, do you have this?
I have this. Go.
Okay, I will move beyond Cang Tian, reach out the sleeve and grapple the assassin.
Do you still have superiority dice?
I do.
This is your last one, right? If I recall correctly. Okay.
Yes.
Here, right?
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
It's up to you. You can come here if you want. Makes no difference.
Assassin is which one? Which one's that?
This one. Sorry. Oh, the one that was casting the spell, is it?
Yeah.
The assassin. You may not be able to reach him. Yeah. You were here just now, right? Let me double check. No, you can't reach him.
I can't reach him. Okay, lor, if that's the case, I'm gonna 1 step, 2 steps up to the dragon and strike him twice with the spear.
Okay.
I throw the spear, slam it 1 time, throw it back the other way, and pierce it in the other direction.
Okay.
Rolling to Hito.
Roll to Hito.
Roll to Hito.
First one is 16.
Okay. 16. Yeah, double check.
Second one is 12.
16 does not hit. 12
doesn't hit either.
12 does not hit either. Do you see that your spear?
Can you claim advantage anywhere, right?
You didn't tell me how you were going to exploit the environment, blah 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 blah, and all that. So yeah, this is actually quite important now. You guys have to think about how you want to use exploit the environment, psychology, exploit all that.
The screen is a bit blurry for me, so I can't really see where the images are. Just so you know. But yeah, it's just okay. We'll make do.
Okay. It is the dragon's turn.
And I'm right next to it. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. The dragon goes, "You dare!" As he... Yeah. Time to activate. I think can hit. Can hit.
Can hit me,
Not you lah, not just you lah, but okay. Yeah, I think can hit the two of you. So he directs his cone of fire, and a gout of magma bursts from his mouth. please make me dex saves. Cang Tian and Lomu.
Can I claim cover because I'm behind a pillar, I think?
Yeah, sure. You can claim half cover. No, actually, this one is. Yeah, no, this one no. It'll just burn right through. It's just gonna burn right through. Okay.
So,
Yeah, let me activate fly mode for this guy because his thing is about to. This thing is about to actually just go into flames, and you are about to fall down as well.
No,
could I invoke superiority for my defense because I have been moving a lot recently? So it's like since my technique is based upon selection of speed, right?
Yeah, make me an acrobatics roll. If you succeed on DC 12, you can claim superiority.
Got it.
Athletics or acrobatics, take your pick.
Okay, I got a 12. Okay, I got a 16 on my dex save.
16?
Yeah.
Okay, that should be good enough.
Okay.
And what about?
I'll use my react to drop fire again.
And what about
Nic, right?
Nic?
Yep. Is it possible for me to superhero landing this?
Yeah, sure. Make me an athletics roll. It's only 10 feet down, so you can fall up to 10 feet, I think, without taking damage.
I'm being pulled away slightly. I should be back in about 5 minutes. If you have to, just AI Kogang. He's not particularly difficult to do.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, thanks, bye.
13.
Okay, you don't take falling damage, and you do not fall prone. You, however, land into a pool of fire. But make me a dex saving throw first.
Additional dex saving throw, right?
Yeah, the dex saving throw is not for falling. The dex saving throw was for the dragon breath.
I take the dex. I failed that.
Okay. What the actual F? Okay. Take 33 points of damage.
Okay, got it.
You half will be what?
16.
Yeah, 16. And you can halve it even more if you want to expand your reaction to gain resistance for one attack.
Metal forming palm to kind of like absorb the damage.
And Nic can also do the same. In fact,
So
Nic, you can use metal forming palm as a reaction to
resist.
to gain resistance on one fire attack.
How do I do that?
So you take a reaction action to gain fire resistance from one attack because that's one of the martial arts that we have learned.
I do that now.
Yep.
You're right. Let's go.
So both of you reach in and you immediately push back you go back to the very, very first martial art that you learned and you push it all the way back into water. And using the chi of the fire, you push it across the Wuxing cycle into water as a mist form that forms around you, right? You feel your hands becoming rigid, stiff, and yet cold as frost comes out from your breath, and the fire just washes over you. Hurt, but not as badly hurt as you would have been.
Thematically, what Amu is doing is that he's twirling the spear and dissipating the flame.
Okay, you may also use a bonus action because your flame, you can easily use the flame to ignite your spear. Not that it really helps against this guy, but you never know, right? So
Yeah.
okay, it's top of the round. Top of the round.
So wait, I take falling damage or how much? Because
You take
the
0 falling
33
damage. 0.
Oh,
Zero
okay.
for
So 33, 32, 16.
Yep. Okay. The person that's battling Kugang continues to battle Kugang to avenge his fallen brother. Linabe! I think he still has the regulars. He's still on the regulars, right? So 18 hits. Never mind, 18 hits already. Wait, let me see if I can fish for a crit. Okay, no crit. Never mind. Hey, wait. Yeah, no, a 16 would have hit already anyway. So okay, he takes 10 points of damage. That was after resistance. Rich, can you help me record it on the D&D Beyond for Kukang? Second attack.
Sure.
Okay. Second attack misses. Okay. So again, he forces his blade through, and he's in a life and death struggle with Kukang, who is just looking more and more pissed off. Cang Tian, is your turn.
Okay, got it. So the dragon is standing on top of a platform. Is it correct?
That's correct.
Okay, got it.
No, he's not. He's actually flying. He's actually floating in the air right now.
I'm back.
Okay, got it. He's flying lah. Does he fly? He has no wings, right? So it's kind of like commanding the fire to kind of move. Is it?
He's kind of he's like a serpent that's just swimming through the air.
Okay, got it. I kind of like look at this and one of the wooden pillars, the late high, is there like one that's near me?
The nearest one would be here.
Okay, so the fire is sort of like licking at a pillar, right?
Yep.
Okay, got it. Then I kind of look at it. Then I kind of say, that's not very nice. None of your concern. Then I put my ink stained fingers. The ink is actually basically the liquid metal of like the adamantine, right? The tiepu, right? And then I grab the thing and then I kind of like smack, kind of like pull it out. Can I draw the pillar as a weapon, improvised weapon, and smack him with it?
Sure. You may want to take the Tavern Brawler feat next time, because an improvised weapon you will take a penalty to hit with it, unless you're Tavern Brawler.
It's okay. I'm just basically using it to flavor my martial arts. So I just make a normal attack. Just because cinematically in Shika movies, there must be pillars flying around for no reason.
Okay, so you use it to set up your attack lah. So you what has happened is that you are taking this pillar, you're throwing it at this bugger and swinging it around. Okay, so now the pillar will end up here lah. Let's just say arbitrarily. Okay. Make me an athletics roll to try and gain advantage on this attack.
Got it. All right. Athletics roll, that's 16 plus 8, 24.
Okay, so that works. You root it up, pull it up, and you start flinging it up.
Okay, as I fling it over at the creature, because it's like flying above me, so actually there's a kind of like the profile of the stick also makes it such as my own profile is sort of like easier to hide under a shadow as well.
Easily.
Right? That's how I get the advantage. Kind of like as I move forward, I leverage and momentum and kind of like go behind it, and so I kind of like claim the advantage above it.
Okay.
And I kind of give it a strike because it's a serpentine creature. So I do the famous serpent dragon killing techniques, hitting 3 inches below the base of the neck kind of techniques, right?
Sure.
And I kind of like strike downwards, and then basically I kind of like as I hit at it, and then I say, let's ground you down to earth, Shao Han, and then I just slam it down with my fist. So that's that is I have advantage for this attack, is it?
Yeah, you do have advantage for this attack. Are you going to try grapple him? Yes, you still have advantage for the grapple as well.
Yeah, got it.
Go
So I can't grappling strike because that's Nic's ability. So however I did get a crit again, so I'm going to roll my lovely critting damage. So that's 6 damage.
Okay.
Then my bonus action attack, I will basically kind of like as I slam into one. And does he look surprised that I'm above him?
Oh yes, he is. So he's like he swims around, right? And suddenly, right, you just twirl around the pillar, right? in your weird, unorthodox shifting stance, and you launch out a flurry of hits at him, right? The first one which connects, and the second and third, are you flurrying?
I'm spending a key point to basically flurry since I'm above him right now.
Okay, so you hit one and you twirl around and you start hitting him again with the second and third.
So my second attack essentially is I'm kind of cupping my hands, my kind of like metal sheath hands, and then I basically do a ear cupping strike to basically hit him with the side of my part of the arms, in arms, and to kind of like disrupt airflow in his ear.
Yep.
With the dirty rolling technique.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's a crit again. Holy shit! I crit 3 times in a row.
Well done.
This is all the dirty fighting technique.
It's all the dirty fighting, It's all the.
Okay. So it's 7 points of damage for the ear burst, and then the final attack is I am basically after hitting that and disorienting him, I settle into the fallen Ahad pose to kind of put my elbow down and then put a weight to kind of like stick like I'm sleeping on him basically.
Okay, and just as your final pose goes down, right, you hear the sound, the echo in the background as he says, the meaning of wine is not the meaning of drinking is not in the wine.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. It's the last attack is a 5, so it's a total of 8, 7.
Walao, you really just pummeled the shit out of him, man.
Yeah, because I since he's not invited to the party, I get bonus damage because I'm lawful.
He's like, you're not supposed to be here. You're not a bad boy.
No, this is Elysium. I'm not allowed to use disciplines. I'm just beating your events.
Oh, are we going back to the Samarilla and the Kabat again?
Yeah, we are going to there. It's like we are going back to the terrible wars of the vampire of the totally not vampires. Yeah.
Totally not vampires. Well, no, totally. Okay. Next Yifan, your turn.
Okay. As I see that they are both Cang Tian and
they have
Amu
they have
keeping the dragon dude occupied. I turn my attention towards the assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And I would try. I'll do a leaping attack from where I am directly down towards him, like a gliding stride of the warrior in Earth Dawn.
Can easily.
I have 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, easily. So you dive down with your blade first.
Actually, no. It's palm first, which will actually be a guise of he will want to dodge, and then I'll just turn around, and then I switch the blade from underneath from a undergrip to an overgrip, and then stab.
Okay, so you're basically doing a variant of Wave 1. You guys are learning from each other. So you start pulling off the motion, right? And you go, right. I have no sleeve, but if I twist my arm this way and your sword goes this way, it kind of looks similar to it.
Similar to what Amu used
and you
likes to do a lot.
You start flying downwards in a spiral and lumbar him.
Yes.
Please.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you do. Make an choose lah. You want to use acrobatics, athletics, or
does 15?
Yeah, 15 does it. You get advantage.
Okay. Advantage. Attack. Advantage for. I crit.
Well done, Swedin. So this is this particular group, right? You need to put them in a tough fight and give them substantial boni in order for them to hear the more cinematic stuff from them. So give them the right incentives, they will slut the living hell out of it.
Okay, so I have let me see. I do 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Wow, that's a. You drive your blade, the sword of the wedding dress, deep into the chest of as he staggers back. Ah!
So, does casting a spell consider as an attack?
Depends on the spell.
Oh, okay, never mind. Just now the previous spell is not an attack. Never mind. That's okay. I am done.
You're done?
Yes.
Okay, where is the next? Who is the next in the round? Next in the round is Kugang. Kugang, the guy stabbed you 3 times. You barely felt any of them. Okay lah, the third one was kind of a little bit not bad lah, but what I'm imagining right now is your face going.
Yes.
Yeah. I already minus the damage from your character sheet already.
Oh, okay. Let me refresh it. Then I was stuck.
Yeah. You should be at 27 if I'm not
7,
wrong.
yes, okay.
Okay.
So I will continue to reckless attack. So in this move, I will spin the hammers. I will hold on to one head of the hammer, spin the other one around him, and then use it as a reel to just pull him in for a massive headbutt.
Okay. Okay.
That's 20 plus, so yes, that plenty hits.
Yeah, that hits.
Rolling for damage, that is 18.
What? Okay. I did ask for quick fights lah, so okay. So you smash it deep into the bridge of it, right? You feel something just cave as a gout of blood burst from the nose of the the poor guy is just getting slaughtered. Okay. And he just clutches his nose and tries to fend you off with his short stabbing blade. Okay. Somehow I don't feel like he's getting the better end of this, you know. Does a 12 hit? No, right?
12 does not hit.
Okay. This is bad.
With advantage,
Yeah. You rolled a 12 with advantage. So 19, does that hit?
19 hits.
Okay.
Inflict your damage.
Yeah, but he's still not getting the better end of it, right? He take 15 half, which is 7.
7.
Okay. That's still a lot of damage.
Yeah, he does have sneak attacks, right? He's landing good shots, right? But what the hell are you're a barbarian versus an isolated rogue, you know? There's like one more round of it, you probably can't take it anymore. Okay, okay, so this is what happens. The spellcaster, right, takes a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Manifests a spiritual weapon.
Sure.
I'm sure there's a spiritual weapon here somewhere. Okay, we are. Hey, I saw what's his name do it, leh? How did he do it? I saw Ramji do it. How does he do it? Oh wait, I know how to do this. Wow, that's an effing big. That's a swordfish lah. Okay, fuck it. You know what? That's his spiritual weapon.
It's a swordfish.
It's a swordfish. It's a roasting swordfish spiritual weapon. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. There's actually a way to turn this into a. Oh, no. I want it back. I want the swordfish back. Okay. But I can actually turn it into a token. I can't remember how to do it. Never mind, it's okay. You know what? I will use an actual token instead. As funny as that was, using a swordfish as a spiritual weapon. Okay lah, I'll just use this. Okay, and he's what looks like a fiery demon, right? Just flutters out from his hands and release a trail, and he just attacks you. Go for the eyes, boo! Go for the eyes! Okay, so he's going to attack using his with his spell attack. Does a 17 hit you?
Nope.
Bastard.
My AC is 18 because of Blade Song.
He's pulling out his short sword to attack you.
Okay.
Attack number 1 fails. Attack number 2 fails. He does the blade, right? He swings it around, spins it around, and he swings it close to your neck. But every single time you just go ping, ping, just redirect the force, push it aside, go move it, and just basically just deflects everything that he has. Okay.
Near the end of his attack, right? His hand will be ended, and I will grab his arm, setting him up for the next move.
Okay, so you have him in a overstretch, overbalanced position. Done.
Yeah, overstretch, overbalanced position. Yep.
Next in the round is No leh, this guy is dead already. Okay, Cang Tian, it's your turn.
I haven't gone.
The guy is still below me, right? Basically, he
I
hasn't
haven't
moved.
gone.
Amu,
Cang Tian, it's your turn.
Okay. The fella is still.
case. Amu haven't gone yet.
Oh, Amu hasn't gone yet. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Amu, please go.
Okay, so is the guy on the ground or is he still in the air?
He's still in the air. Because Cang Tian has managed to land already. Because he didn't grapple him. So he's still up in the
Okay,
air.
I'm going to juxtapose myself opposite of him opposite of Cang Tian to gain advantage. Amu is going to take one step. Sorry?
You don't automatically get advantage for a flank now, you know. You only get advantage for cinematic use of stunts.
Okay, so what's going to happen is Amu is going to take one step onto the pillar, 2 steps onto the top.
Okay, tap, up, you're up.
And then after that, he's using the dragon as the pivot, and he's going to pole vault himself over the guy
Okay.
and do a falling star maneuver to strike him twice using a spear from above.
Okay, Ken, so you are... Please make me an acrobatics roll for that.
Athletics? Can I replace it? with
Athletics? Sure.
I have a 12.
12 works.
Do I get advantage?
Yes, you do get advantage. On
Okay,
both your attacks.
Okay, first strike. 13 for the 8 for the advantage. Sorry. 27 for the first one.
Okay, that hits. That certainly hits.
Second one, 24.
Okay,
25.
both hits.
First one, I will smite.
Roll for damage.
I can only smite once a turn, right?
You can smite away.
You can smite as many times as you want.
hit.
I do the first one first.
Nick, you're fading out.
Yeah, my connection's really shit tonight. Okay, my first one does 11 before smite. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. 11 before smite, yes.
Then the smite damage is another 6
Okay,
radiant.
done.
So that's the first one. The second one is 13.
Got it.
And the smite, sorry, the first smite is more than hang on. The first smite adds another 7.
Okay.
So you're keeping track of my numbers.
Yep,
Right?
yep. You have one more smite worth of damage.
Second one is
You have a 3. You have a 3 and a 7. Okay.
it's okay.
You took him from above half hit points to 0 in 1 round. How you want to do this?
Paladins do that. I will, since I'm falling, I'm going to
Holy crap.
push the spear directly through him. And right through him and like split him up.
You jump up. You take one step. You take a second step. You hurtle towards him and you plant your foot up one more time off his serpentine body. You jump up in the air and you dive down. You drive him down. You push, and you even as you push him into the ground, you feel your. Yeah, I feel like I need to make it more difficult because I was like, oh yeah, this guy actually quite powerful, you know. But you push him into the ground as he burns and he burns, and you feel your energy and you hear, destroy this in heaven's will. Drives him down. You drive him down further. You push him down. And he reaches the ground and it explodes. And the ground around you forms giant crater. Just for cinematic effect, Cang Tian, can you please make me a dex saving throw? Yeah, I think I need to make my boss fights a bit more difficult. This one I think I punched you a bit already. Because I was like...
This is only because
I critted 4 times, you know.
Yeah.
No, it's true lah, but to be fair, you guys did...
And I debated him.
wouldn't it be like this if I was bigger level into extra.
I think like you can increase HP or maybe. Good. 13. I got 13.
Okay, so you dive out of the way just before the meteor hits the ground.
Look at explosions, right?
Mm-hmm.
As Amu lands, he's gonna look towards Cang Tian and say,
Okay, so Eden got it. Once they get a chance to look at it later, okay?
he's gonna look towards Cang Tian and say, I'm sorry, I know you wanted to spare him.
No, it's okay. I think he was being rude, and in any cases, since he declared himself to be none of our concern, let's not be too concerned about it.
Okay.
Like we're not letting a good joke down.
Okay, next in the round is Cang Tian.
Okay, got it. Is there assassin nearby?
Yeah, there's one here. There's one here.
And
But it looks like Wudang is about to slaughter that guy.
okay, the other one is basically fighting with Yifan, is it?
Yeah, he's not fighting Yifan as much as he's flailing helplessly against him.
Okay, I kind of like run towards the one that basically is Yifan is basically fighting with. Is how far is it away to him?
Not far, maybe about 20, 30 feet.
Okay, I spend a bonus action. I kind of like because the last movement that I actually made, I transitioned from metal forming palms, the elemental defense technique, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shift to the bonus action flow from there. So I'm kind of like because the last thing I did was basically I mean a hard pose and landed. So as I kind of like land and I transform into heroic shadow step, right? And I spend a bonus action to increase my move distance and my jump. So my speed is
50.
with the boost of shredding and swinging is basically I
60.
move at. It doesn't increase my speed, but my jump now is ×6. So basically, I'm just going to, in a single step, I just move here, him, and I kind of like keep my palm up into one hand. For my right hand is the palm that hits up, and my left hand is forward to elbow. I hit the guy, and I grapple him, I smash him down to the ground. So I basically use the momentum of my movement, right? Plus the cool explosion earlier to give even more force to my movement.
Sure, make an
And I'll make an athletics check to basically make a
Your
grab.
DC is really low. Your DC is really low.
So it's a contested athletics. Let's go. Lor.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, I rolled 12. You see, that's a 4 + 8, 12. I stun so
But yes,
much.
an advantage. You have advantage.
Okay, yeah, true. I did stun so much for that. Ta-da! Okay, that's that's the 13 + 8, 21.
Ayo. Hiya. Okay. Well, yep, he's being hoisted into the air with you. I know this trick. I know this trick. I know exactly what you're going to do.
How much movement did I use to get there?
What is your
10,
jump?
20.
Yeah, so you took
My
20.
speed.
You took 20 to go up. So
Okay, got it. So I have 30 feet left to go, basically.
Yep.
And because my last movement before this was I did cover at least 10 feet, so I have enough momentum now to do I do a standing jump. So my standing jump is 3 + 4, 7. 7 × 6 is 42. I can only jump 30 feet instead of 42 feet. So I'm going to do a Zona drop for 30 feet.
Yep, I know. You're basically doing a falling lotus, right?
Yeah, doing a falling lotus, so we'll both take 3d6 damage.
Okay.
Okay. Izuna drop.
Okay, so you grab him, you run towards him, you flip, you bound towards him, you grab him by the waist, and you push yourself up against, and you fly into the air. As the guy goes, ah! You spin, and you turn yourself body downwards, facing down, both your heads facing downwards.
Yep. He'll take 7 damage from the slam, and I will use my reaction to resist the 7 damage, so I take no damage, I resist forward. And because it was an attack input I entered to make the grapple, so I cancel animation into bonus action to strike him when he's prone, because now he's prone and grappled. Okay, so I'm going to basically do the down kick for the footsie because we're playing a fighting game now. Kick the guy when he's down.
Yep, so you dive down, you drop him, and you land in the superhero landing him, and you drop into your...
I drop into 19 to 22 hit for my bonus. Okay, this is the brutal takedown techniques. Basically, because I managed to buy my equipment now, I can go into dirty fighting mode. Okay, this is 4 + 4, 8 damage. So basically, it's like I kick him when he's down. So he's grappled, pinned, and he's taken 15 damage. Yeah. So I look at Yifan like, please, I put on the platter for you already.
He has literally got... Okay, he's almost dead.
Yeah. So I'm done. Yeah. So Izuna dropped.
Yifan, it's your turn.
Okay. Since he's prone, I am going to.
Oh wait, I forgot to.
Should we capture one?
Mercifully stab him with the rapier.
Okay.
Mercifully
stab him. Okay. Are you gonna knock him unconscious, or are you gonna actually kill him?
Should we capture one?
Yeah. Actually, it's going to be subdual damage.
Okay. You have advantage. He's grappled. He's pinned. You have You have 11 advantage if I remember correctly.
Yes,
so please roll 3d20 against his measly 1 hit point left. Please put him out of his misery.
So does 17 hit?
Yeah, 17 does hit. I'm not gonna roll. Okay, he's. You reach out. You tap him once. You tap him twice. You tap him a third time along his meridians, and he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Kukang.
Can we just I mean, thematically wouldn't immobilizing him be more?
Yeah, that's what I did.
That's what I did. I tapped. I used the points of the rapier to tap him and not the finger tap. So it's more like I tap him with a whole bunch of sword chi into the meridian.
Okay.
Points.
And finally the Kukang. Kukang, you there?
Yep, hang on.
You have one more guy.
Is this still the same guy I've been fighting?
No, this you fought 2. You killed 1 in 2 rounds. This is the second round. I fully expecting you to kill this guy.
Okay.
You can low key him.
Low key him.
Like you know what Hulk did.
This is a kung fu series, man. Elegant a bit. I mean, that being said, Kukang's idea of elegant is like low sweeping kick into the double palm Hadouken strike.
Puny spy. Okay, go.
14 to hit.
14 hits. Do you want to fish for a crit?
That was the 14.
Okay, sure. You hit it.
I actually rolled 2 6s.
Okay.
For 16.
Okay, yep. So how do you want to do this?
Actually, in theory, I can re-roll the 2, but never mind. I guess he's already mulch.
Yeah, he's how you wanna kill him or you wanna knock him unconscious? And how you wanna describe his
I don't think in his battle rage right now he's really focused on taking prisoners. So
okay, sure.
We'll just say the blow like caves in the man's chest and sends his body like flying like some
Okay, sure.
30 feet away.
He smashes into the pillars as he goes.
Then I guess I'll rush over to join the others, thinking that there might still be resistance.
You see no resistance. It is a good 15 minutes of quiet when you return where the sequester lives. And in that time,
Teresa,
yep.
do you know the camera doesn't seem to be working? My camera is on, but you're not registering.
Yeah, it's because he's minimized the
have I?
his screen.
No, it's fine.
Okay, it's
okay, I see.
because it seems it is working on the various
I think because there's so many Nick it might be because if your connection is a bit unstable, then the buffering is
My connection
it might not be.
my connection is not exactly entirely stable either, to be completely fair about this.
Everyone's being very shit.
Anyway.
Okay. You see that the fight has more or less has more or less abated. Among Su Feier's mercenaries, one of them seems badly injured, but the rest of them seem to have acquitted themselves really well. El Shamnur seems to have taken a blow to the side of his shoulder. He's bleeding, but nothing's too serious. Su Feier, the cats have basically torn their opponents into bloody shreds. Up in the ceiling, you see a most disturbing sight as the spiders seem to have man-sized cocoons lined up all across the entire rooftop. And as you come up, you say,
That's cool and gross at the same time.
what?
That's cool and gross at the same time.
Yes. And as the fight abates, you see prisoners. Just some of them look like they've been knocked out. Some of them are trussed up. And Mu Guiying just says, it's good to see that. It says she comes up to you along with Lady Chu. Oh, it's good to see you. I see you are at no need of our help. She
It
turns.
seems that
Go ahead.
Cang Tian and Amu has the situation well under wraps.
So do the spiders.
Lady Chu says, I thank Lady Mu for her generosity in this regard. I take it that the prohibition on killing does not extend to enemies of Xiangyang, perhaps? Lady Mu says, on a principled level, I am against killing. On a principled level. However, these bastards did invade my home, so do with them as you wish.
Then I point at all the webs and says, I guess it's a bit of a net benefit for everyone.
She says, she goes to Yifan and says, you who healed my consort. Your name, please.
My last name is Song, and my first name is Yifan. I give the gesture of politeness.
Master Song of Wudang. She kneels down on both her knees. Please help us.
Before she could kneel down, before she kneels down fully, I gesture. It is part of what we are looking for, peace in Xiangyang. And if my mediocre healing skills is sufficient to broker this peace, the help I will provide.
She nods. And Mu Guiying goes towards the thing, and she looks at the shattered body of the dragon, and she says, Watcher from the heavens, come over for a while if you don't mind.
Yes. It's not the first, actually.
You see from the body, and this is Suedin's description. His lore rule. Look at this. You see that along the neck of the dragon is what looks like a pendant, and it looks like a stylized flame. You recognize this, by the way. It's a Persian religion. I can't pronounce it. It starts with a Z, but it's basically
Mithra's religion.
Yeah, it's basically, it's actually a bastardized version of Mithra's religion. The religion of Mithras. It's Zoroastrian or something along those lines. I can't. Yeah.
The past.
Yes, that's right, Zoroastrian. Yeah. So you see that pendant symbolizing Mithras, but you also realize that there's something off about it. Like the symbol does not quite represent. You've seen symbols of Mithras, and Mithras versus Sol Invictus, the light, the sun, and all of that, right? The idea of the invincible light. But there's something different about this particular symbol.
Okay. Does it look like is it something about the colors, the forms, the shape, the textures?
Okay. Do you have knowledge religion?
Not yet, but I have investigation, so I'm gonna ask mostly on material conditions instead.
Okay, material conditions wise, if I remember correctly, historically speaking, right, Zoroastrians use gold, generally use gold to symbolize Mitras. This one looks more bronze than gold.
Okay, got it.
Also, this one doesn't. The flames are, if I remember again, this is off my very sketchy memory of Zoroastrianism, right? The flames tend to point upwards. This one, the flames look wavier. They look like they are not in any particular direction.
Yeah, I motion over to Khalid and I say, friend Khalid, could I ask you here for a while? Maybe Rashid?
Of course. El Shabnur comes over.
Does this look like a strange version of the charms of Ahura Mazda? It's the fire worshippers, the Farsis. There's something that I can't quite pick out. It looks a little bit different, but it's been a long time since I spent time with the dervishes and the fire dancers.
She says yes, on the surface it does, and El Shabnur says, this is not. This is all unholy.
Yeah,
This is a
that's what-
corruption.
It is more linked. Is it one of Ariman's works then? If it's not of Mazda?
He says and says, this is vaguely disturbing. Master, may I have a word with you in private? Emir Khalid says, anything you can say to us. You can say to me, you can say to us. We owe these men. As you wish. He says, Arshab Norris goes to them and says, I have heard rumors of a schism within the worshippers of the sacred flame. Maybe 12 seasons ago. That would be about 3 years. 12 seasons ago. What I had heard was that there was a particularly charismatic young man who discovered connections between the writings of the sacred flame and more primordial entities that used to inhabit the southern parts of China. They believe that the god of flame, the gods of flame are all one and the same, that they are described in different ways, and that Ariman had him trapped somewhere, and their goal was to release him and become the true believers of Mitras. Now, they had gone quiet. They had gone quiet almost 2 years ago. There was rumors of a purge within the church. These were cast out as heretics, but there were too many of them. So it is entirely likely that some of them have survived. They carried that symbol. He points at that.
There's fire. There are fire creatures that we've met who have gone against their nature because something has called to them. So perhaps it's charisma, and perhaps it's also something. overpowering the essence of fire within them. Perhaps this is related, but I think it's best if we could all keep an eye out for this and keep a lookout. It sounds as though like there's enemies everywhere.
Yes, seen and unseen. But know this, the Bukharat clan, the Bukharat tribe has your back. We will find news of this in the West. Of that you can count on us. We have an interest in this as well. I strongly suspect that your troubles here, he glances to the west, are exactly the troubles that we are about to face.
Kind of cheer kind of thing.
I have a very bad feeling. Could these worshippers be in bed with the one that we are looking out for?
He thinks
I look at Cang Tian.
Alshub notices, who are you looking out for?
A fire god.
A fire god? Like Mithras?
Yes, like Mithras, but more from Middle Kingdom. From the Central Plains.
Amu is giving Yifan the your oversharing information face.
Okay. But it is important. It is important that we actually find out whether there is a possibility that they are in bed with each other.
He thinks for a while. Alshub known if you know one of the wonders of the Silk Road, Amir Khalid says, one of the wonders of the Silk Road, and the thing that never ceases to amaze me, is this. Ideas have no boundaries. It is entirely possible that just as the worshippers of Mithras travel eastwards towards your lands, they would likewise travel. Ideas from your lands would likewise travel westwards. If they have heard of a fire god that is imprisoned, they may very well have.
I didn't say in prison. I didn't say in prison.
No, he says in prison, because he's thinking of the legend that he heard from the cultists.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
They may very well have come to the wrong conclusions or the right conclusions. Who knows? This is bigger than the Central Plains. We must bring news back to Greater Persia. We thank you for our freedom from this city, of course. Amir Khalid smiles with a nice profit. But I fear that we cannot enjoy your hospitality for much longer. We have
We
have cultists to find. The spider says, we have heard similar rumors. This is the first time you've ever heard Lady Chu volunteer information of our kind being purged by fanatics such as these. Their purpose is unknown to us, but one of the things is clear. They are seeking sites of power. Sites such as the caverns of Kunlun, which we have made our home for centuries. To what end, I do not know. But he says, I know why they've been hunting us.
Why?
She smiles. I've caught a glimpse of their leader and live to tell the tale. She, if I may,
Please.
Who is it?
she casts a silent image spell. Actually, yes. There is a Chinese concept of ley lines. There's a Chinese. They're called dragon. They're called ley line intersections are called dragon wells.
Yep.
And there are a couple of well-known ones, and one of them is actually up in Mount Wudang.
Well known.
Yeah, it's well-known.
Well known.
So yeah, ley lines are a thing in Chinese concept. One of the apparently feng shui runs off it as well.
Yep.
So all the mythical mountains like Kunlun, Erme, Wudang, they are all supposedly sites of power. So yeah, there are a lot of concepts that actually intersect each other. As the more you explore, the more you realize how much we have in common with each other.
Yes.
He says, and he magics out an image of a man who looks pale and gaunt and looks as if, and he's got red blotches on his skin. A serious look on his face, but red blotches on his skin, as if he suffers from the well-known palsy of the skin, the rot, which slowly numbs the body. And he says, it is he, the secret leader of the cult. We do not know his name, but we do know that he is responsible for the massacre of several of our kind. And Mu Guiying says, if he comes here, we will be ready for him. And with that, he says, now, Lady Zhu, you may use this place as you wish to recover. But my advice is to be away from Xiangyang for at least the time that it takes to recover. And he turns to the group. Yeah, Lady Zhu as in Zhu.
Okay, got it.
I
Is she
say.
Dongfang Zizhu? No, never mind.
You don't know? She says,
No, it's
do you have
西方之珠.
do you have a place away from Xiangyang where you could keep
We
them?
know of a we know of a defensible place that they can stay and heal. There's only one entrance, and I believe Cang Tian and Amu is capable of defending the area.
It's a little turgid, but it is a cavern, and it used to belong to a spirit. But it's, I suppose that would be useful.
She smiles and
Yeah.
says, from a cavern to a cavern, what difference does it make?
I look at Cang Tian and say, but what if the temple inspectors?
That's what I was about to say. It's like, no, we had best prepare the temple inspector snacks to distract the temple inspectors.
Temple inspectors? Mu Guiying says, what have you been feeding this young man? What on earth are you talking about?
Oh, that's like, it's about inspectors for temples. I think it started in the Great Tang, when I think the Great Empress of the Tang wanted to make sure that all temples paid taxes properly. So they created temple inspectors.
I see.
Cang Tian has also been telling me a lot about how monks are very often scammy.
Well,
provide milk for children. Children start appearing when monks are appearing. There's a connection somewhere.
I see. Well, as interesting as this conversation is, and it sounds like you're getting quite the education from your friend. He looks at you and Sandy like, what the hell are you doing to this poor boy?
What does the Watcher of Heaven watch upon? The world, of course. It's a worldly education we provide.
Well, we can send some of our watchers to go there from time to time. It is a little out of our purview and we cannot use the black cats for that. But we do have friends. In fact, I think there might be someone from the Small Merchants Association in that area. What's his name?
It's the guy of many hands, right? I'm sorry.
Yes. How do you know?
The king of many hands. It's like, I'm the Watcher of Heaven. I know these things. Yeah.
Thousand Hand Lee. Of the Fragrant Blossom Tea House. Tell him that Mukuying calls in her favor.
You wouldn't believe it, but it was precisely because of him that we're here right now. But then I look up at the direction of the clouds and I say, this is all highly convenient. I can't mutter under my breath and I say, could you at least send more support next time? I can't just complain to no one in particular at the clouds.
The clouds roll by impassively, not caring about you whether or not you have enough support to carry out heaven's will. Because that is the way of heaven.
You useless people! I'm cursing in Celestial, so people understand Celestial is like very salty Celestials going on. It's like the chair has already been transformed to the shape of your butt from how long you sit up there. When you drink your Celestial peaches, can you at least let some juice fall down and rain for us? Oh, and then they're complaining bitterly. Yeah, that's like, oh, sorry, please excuse my 天珠话 okay, then excuse my Sanskrit, and then I will go back to smiling perfectly normally.
Okay, so with this, right, and with this exchange of information, I'm going to wrap up. This is the epilogue of Season 1. Next week we'll go on to Season 2, but it will be a time skip. From there, you will have gotten a lot of experience from this particular one, but I need to go and total it up because all of the stuff is going to you, right, as a reward from Mukui. But one thing I do need is to wrap up the scene, the epilogue, from whence you begin, where you come, you return. And this was my embarrassing first map.
Hey, I remember that map. I like it. I could jump on crates. I think that's very important. In fact, I think that's part of why we had great expectations for this. It was a part of the Socratic solution that we developed.
You come back as changed from your experience, and you hear the sounds of children playing outside and the sounds of a gruff and rough sound of a man saying, "Hey, get into a deeper stance," and you hear giggling. And you hear Xianxia going, as you approach the fragrant blossom, and you see Thousand Hand Lee running out and say, "My friends, it is so good to see you." And with that, the scene fades for another time. Thanks everybody for joining us for Season 1 of this Xianxia story. And next season we will be doing Wuxia as well, but these guys will be tier 2, so what kind of shenanigans they will get into, we will find out. Thank you everybody. Once again, if you like the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, and once again, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you
Rich,
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
do we get to see their tribulations? They actually went through this tribulation right from the beginning, actually.
Yeah, we are returning to the side of tribulation
Yeah.
for posterity's sake.
Yeah. I saw the cultivation, right? Rich, can you record down 800 XP?
Yes, sure.
Okay, and
Thank you.
Rich, do we want to go and raid somebody? Do we have somebody to raid?
Phoenix Iwaki is still on.
Yeah, let's go raid Phoenix. I don't know for what, I don't know whether he's gonna end his game or not, but let's just go raid him for fun.
He's still on. Anyway, I just started the raid.
Okay, we're gonna go raid Phoenix Iwaki. Bye, I'm gonna stop streaming.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.